So what is the root of all frustration? It is not seeing clearly. Convinced that you do. And we back with another reflection on the daily Vedantic. What is at the root of all frustration? The root of all frustration is mismanaged expectations. An improper assessment of what is to come. Therefore, what is the antidote to any and all frustration? It's proper expectations. Managing our expectations properly. It's proper assessment. So in a world where philosophy is often seen as irrelevant, academic, something done in solitude, the height of an ivory tower or in the solitude of a cabin in the woods, Vedanta corrects this. It says philosophy is clarity. Philosophia, which we said on the podcast before, the Greek term, the Greek words in which we get philosophy from. Philosophia means love of wisdom. But is that what philosophy is if we just leave it there, but we don't know the definitions of love or of wisdom? The definition of love within Vedanta is seeing no otherness in the world. That is an identification. Wisdom is defined within Vedanta as the capacity to see the end in the beginning. The end in the beginning. It's clarity. Philosophy is an identification with clarity. It's becoming clear. Not just to where you can see clearly, but you don't get in the way of anything you're perceiving. So what is the root of all frustration? It is not seeing clearly. Convinced that you do. That last part, that's the fatal sin. Not seeing clearly, but aware that you don't see clearly, that actually might help you avoid a whole lot of disappointment and frustration in life. But not seeing clearly and certain that you do. Convinced, no, of course I'm seeing this clearly. Of course I could expect all profits in my startup and no losses. Of course I could expect all joy in my 30s, 40s, 50s. No sorrow. Of course I could expect all upside, all pleasure in this vacation instead of reality. That is the fatal sin. It's convinced that we see clearly, not just having no cultivation, no daily practice of cultivating wisdom or cultivating clarity, but even worse, certain that you already have it. That is a formula for disappointment and frustration of the most epic kind. It's like we say on the podcast that a pessimist sees the tunnel but not the light at the end. An optimist sees the light but not the tunnel. A realist. The Vedantic philosophy is all about being a realist. The realist sees the light at the end of the tunnel and the next tunnel. The realist sees the next tunnel. Is not disappointed or frustrated by it because he or she saw it clearly. That is what this daily practice is all about. Seeing clearly. And the nice silver lining of this daily practice of seeing clearly yourself, circumstance, the world around you, is that you end up spending a whole lot less time frustrated. That is today's reflection on the daily Vedantic. We'll see you next time.